High school sports on Ticket TV is presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor and Ellsworth. Nothing runs like a deer. Darling's Auto Group. You'll do better at Darling's. Visit darlings.com. Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned Maine company with locations in Bangor, Augusta, and North Windham. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, the place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment and office furniture. Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing since 1971. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And Northeast Driving School, Greater Bangor's #1 driving school for 56 years. Eastern Maine Community College, one college, many possibilities. Visit emcc.edu. High school sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by Maine Trailer, Dairy Queen in Old Town and Bangor, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, Acadia Federal Credit Union, Flash Me Maine Photo Booth Rentals, Autumn of Life Home Care, Black Fly Coffee, Angela's Pizzeria, Hartford's Auto Service, UMaine Online, Old Town Redemption Center, the Coach House Restaurant, UMaine Athletics, Bennett Auto Center, Tiller and Rye, Orno and Callis IGA, The Growing Place, Bangor Tire Company, Pat's Pizza in Hamden, Union Street Laundromat and Dry Cleaning, Danforth's Down Home Supermarkets, AM Construction and Roofing, Doors Equipment Company, Hillside Athletics, The Fitch Company, Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales, Tim's Plumbing, The Farmer's Table, Knowlton Automotive, American Made Home Goods, Back Alley Bar and Grill, RT Electrical, Auto Radiator Services, Mainstay Skincare, Pucksport Hannaford, Mainly Audio, Maniac Snack Shack and Snip and Snack, Sweet Frog, Union Street Towing, Sweet Cheeks Bakery, Creative Options LLC, Brewer Federal Credit Union, Down East Toyota, Husson University, Harvey RV, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, Thomas College, First National Bank, Napa Auto Parts, and Hammond Lumber Company. Let's get you out to the game.
Hello everyone and welcome to Doyle Field here in Brewer, the site of our high school football matchup tonight on Ticket TV between the 2-1 Witches and the 3-0 Gardiner Tigers. I'm Mark Paulette, joined by Chris Hoare on the call tonight, coming at you live from the Quirk Auto Group broadcast booth, and we welcome you in to the Darlings pregame show here on Ticket TV. Should be a good one in store tonight at Doyle. A big crowd on hand for it between the Tigers, as we mentioned, a record of 3-0 coming into the contest with wins over Oceanside, Old Town, and Wells. And as for the Brewer Witches, they suffered their first loss of the season, their last time out, a week ago on Friday night on Ticket TV, 28-8, falling to Nokomis. But before that, a 19-0 win at Belfast to open the year, a 22-16 win at Hamden Academy, and sitting at 2-1 as we take a look at the Class C standings here, Chris, the Brewer Witches have already equaled their win total from the previous 2 years combined.
Yeah, they've looked steady in the first couple games that they've played, and last week they ran into kind of a buzzsaw in Nokomis with Bowden as their running back, who's tough. We've seen him here a couple times, and he's a tough guy to play against and one of the better players in the league. But Brewers looked good. The program's rebuilding, and they're in a good spot right now.
As you see the standings there, Gardiner, one of 3 teams at 3-0 at the top. Herman also featured tonight on Ticket TV, hosting the Hamden Academy Broncos, Jim Churchill and Ernie Clark at Pottle Field for the call of that contest. Greeley, the other 3-0 team there. Brewer among that group at 2-1 through the early part of the season. Ticket TV is presented in part by Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a Deere. We're also presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, and right here on Wilson Street in Brewer. McDonald's is making bold moves to put value back on the menu. The extra value meals are officially back, so you can save when you make your favorites a meal. Whether you love the Big Mac, crave the Quarter Pounder with cheese, or can't get enough McNuggets, there's a value meal for you. Stop by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, as well as Wilson Street in Brewer, to find offers you won't want to miss. One final thing to hit on here in this opening segment as we get ready for the Witches and the Tigers tonight from historic Doyle Field here in the middle of Brewer is you just see what it means to the community, right, Chris? As a Brewer guy yourself, to have the energy, the passion, something to get geared up for on a Friday night, making my way over here from the studio. I didn't know if I was going to find a parking spot up there in the Brewer Auditorium. It is packed out here on a Friday night.
Now, obviously, I'm going to sound biased because I'm a Brewer alumni, but it's one of the best atmospheres that you can run into. And I've coached a lot of different places, been at a lot of different facilities. And just this being in the middle of the city between two main roads with a little bowl-type atmosphere and a parking lot up there, so you're half a mile from the school. The kids get up for it. The youth get up for it. They cheer the kids on when they come down. And it doesn't matter what their record is when they get here for that homecoming game. It's always a big moment, and there's a lot of energy in the stadium when that happens.
Homecoming tonight here at Doyle, a big one in store and a great crowd on hand for the Tigers and the Witches. We're about 10.5 minutes away from getting the announcements here for this one tonight. We'll take our first time out in the Darlings pregame show. When we come back, a look at the rosters and a dive into the stats for the Tigers and the Witches up next on Ticket TV.
Now open, Darlings Ford Commercial Vehicle Center, 80 Haskell Road in Bangor. Servicing almost all makes and models of medium and heavy-duty trucks and RVs, from half-tons to vehicles weighing up to 75,000 pounds. Our factory-trained technicians and dedicated service bays are here to keep your wheels on the road. Schedule service now at darlingsford.com. Call 992-1691 or stop in today. You'll do better at Darlings.
Your local professional, eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. Dean'sDetailing.com.
Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
Your local family-owned McDonald's on Wilson Street in Brewer, Union Street and Main Street in Bangor are currently hiring new team members. Schedules that fit your life with full-time, part-time, and flexible schedules that adjust with your needs. Pair individualized schedules with tuition assistance to further your education. It's a great, future-focused combination. Apply today at jobs.mchire.com. Search for your locally owned McDonald's on Wilson Street, Union Street, and Main Street. Explore your future at jobs.mchire.com.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Get looped, get sold with Next Home Experience.
Welcome back at Doyle Field here in Brewer, getting ready for the Witches and the Gardiner Tigers tonight on Ticket TV. Class C high school football action Under the Lights in Brewer, and our coverage is presented in part by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get loot and get sold with Next Home Experience. Also presented by Darlings. This is the Darlings pregame show. Darlings in Bangor has you covered for sales and service. Shop new Ford, VW, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Volvo, and Kia models or used of all makes. Visit darlings.com. Let's take a look at the rosters here, beginning with the visitors making the trip up from Gardiner. Tigers heading out there under Coach Patrick Munzing. You take a look, a very healthy squad there, having to break out some of the finer print. And a couple of names to keep an eye on tonight. The quarterback, Isaac Medor, who comes into play with 180 passing yards and 4 touchdowns on the year, 1 interception, and a completion percentage of 59.5%. It appears to be a two-headed attack in the backfield for the Tigers between Duty and Chadwick. Justin Duty, 212 yards and 3 touchdowns on 34 carries. Owen Chadwick, 23 carries for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. And in the passing game, it's one man on the receiving end of it. That'd be Chase McGrain. 8 catches, 116 yards, and 4 touchdowns so far this year for the Tigers.
Yeah, they're a potent offense, and it all starts with their offensive line. Their offensive line is big, and they're athletic, and they're physical. Tyler Turtelot, number 73, you'll see him out there. He's going to dominate. He's a man-child, and he just moves people out of the way, and they'll follow him when they can.
Tigers coming off a big win last week, 28-26 over Wells to run that record to 3-0. Here's how things look for the Brewer Witches. Once again, very healthy squad numbers for head coach Fred Lauer. Brewer, a team that, as we mentioned in the last segment, got off to a pair of wins to open the season on the road at Belfast, at Hampden Academy. Now looking for a win here at Doyle Field on their homecoming evening. And a couple of players to keep an eye on tonight. Of course, the quarterback, Eli Wall, completing 50% of his passes so far this year, 249 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Brewer, it's a one-man attack in the backfield, and that would be Jackson Bragg Willett, 53 carries, 285 yards, and 5 touchdowns through the first 3.
Yeah, he's a tough runner. They run a spread offense. Both of these teams are going to run a spread offense out of a shotgun where they're spread 4 receivers out and one tailback or one running back in the backfield. So it's a lot of it's being done without a lead blocker. Jackson Bragolette, he just runs downhill. He finds a little crease, and he runs a tough yardage.
That look at the rosters brought to you by UMaine Online. 60-plus online degree and certificate programs offered through Maine's flagship university. Apply now, umaine.edu/online. Ticket TV coverage is also presented by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Whether you're watching some sports at the bar or taking the family out for a great meal and some fun, Heroes is the place to be. The official sports grill of Ticket TV in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Also presented by Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment or office furniture. It's Levesque Business Solutions. Called 942-2226. We'll take our next time out in the pregame show, and when we come back, talk through a little program history of these two schools that find themselves competing in a class that historically, traditionally, they're not all that used to in Class C. That's coming up next on Ticket TV.
Ladies and gentlemen.
For over 80 years, Seaboard Federal Credit Union has been putting its members first. Founded in 1940, we've grown alongside our communities with branches in Bucksport, Ellsworth, and Herman. We're not a big bank, and we're proud of that. We're member-owned, community-driven, and here to help you build a better financial future. Whether it's saving for a goal, buying your first home, or simply managing everyday life. Seaboard Federal Credit Union, the smart place for your money. For over 80 years, Seaboard Federal Credit Union has been putting its members first. Founded in 1940, we've grown alongside our communities with branches in Bucksport, Ellsworth, and Herman. We're not a big bank, and we're proud of that. We're member-owned, community-driven, and here to help you build a better financial future. Whether it's saving for a goal, buying your first home, or simply managing everyday life. Seaboard Federal Credit Union, the smart place for your money.
All right, let's check out the Kubota lineup, coached by Doors Equipment in Bangor.
Wow, that's a beast right there.
Yeah, and this bruiser can really move the pile.
The field doesn't stand a chance.
Uh-oh, the other team's looking orange with envy.
You mean green with envy?
No, orange is in Kubota orange, built to mow down the competition.
And with Doors Equipment coaching this crew, I feel bad for the other team.
Better luck next year, boys.
Making the competition orange with envy. Doors Equipment, Bangor.
Acadia Federal Credit Union keeps you in touch with your money using our mobile app, Acadia Go. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and even deposit checks with the tap of a button. That's not all. Now with Apple Pay, use your fingerprint to pay for purchases. It's quick and your account information is never shared. Apple Pay is safe and private. Acadia Federal Credit Union. We keep you mobile.
Have you tried the new Happy Hour specials at Uno Pizzeria and Grill? Just $6 gets you cheesy garlic bread, mozzarella sticks, buffalo chicken quesadillas, cheeseburger sliders, and much more, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m., 9 to close, and all day Sundays. Don't forget about the dough raiser at Uno's. Schedule a dough raiser for your local fundraiser and earn up to 25% of event sales. Contact your local Uno Pizzeria in Bangor for more details at 725 Stillwater Avenue and place your orders at 947-5000 and unos.com.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Looking for your next trailer or shipping container? Come to Main Trailer, your one-stop shop for all your trailer and container needs. We've got a huge selection of trailers for work or play, plus durable shipping containers. We can even customize them to fit your needs. At Main Trailer, we don't just sell, we service what we sell. That means expert repairs, inspections, parts, and registrations all under one roof. So whether you're hauling, storing, or customizing, make your next stop Main Trailer. Main Trailer, the place to buy your next trailer or shipping container. See us today in Hamden or Auburn.
Back here at Doyle Field in Brewer, getting ready for the Witches and the Tigers tonight on Ticket TV, and we're getting ready to meet the teams right now. The Tigers stretched out across the far sideline, and the Witches down in the far end zone in front of the auditorium, ready to run out on the field here at Doyle. Mark Paulette and Chris Hoare along with you tonight for the call, and we're presented in part by Dean's Detailing. For over 5 decades, Dean's has been Maine's auto detailing leader. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, feel good and look good in a clean, shiny car, and book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. Also presented by the Furniture Gallery, a Maine family-owned company with locations in Augusta, Bangor, Topsom, and Wyndham. They offer a great selection of furniture for every room in your home. From great brands like Ashley, Flex Steel, and more, shop local, save money at the Furniture Gallery. Well, Chris, before we went to break, I mentioned that 2 teams here playing in a class that they're not all that used to. Of course, the statewide Class C this year with 13 teams in it, and Gardiner, a team that traditionally, historically, has hung out in Class B, Class A. They are the 6-time Class B state champions, 54, 55, 79, 81, 85, and 2007. They also have 3 Class A regional titles in 91, 97, 98. We know the history for the Brewer Witches, the 53, 57, and 05 Class B state champions. Of course, those famed Class A teams from 68 and 70 as we sit here in the Ken Perrone broadcasting booth. Getting used to it in Class C, these 2 teams here in 2025.
Yeah, it's something unfamiliar to me anyways, knowing both these teams. When I was in high school, Gardiner was an A team, and they were a dominant A team. We started in A at Brewer, and then we moved to B, and I think that was our first jump to B. And of course, the way all sports are changing, enrollments, and then they're having to reevaluate every couple of years to make things somewhat equitable out there on the playing field. Teams are going to move up and down, and Brewer and Gardiner seem to be those teams that tend to get bounced one direction or another just because of their enrollments at that A, B, C, and now they're using competitiveness too. If your team goes a couple, 3 or 4 years without being very competitive, they're trying to make you rebuild your program by giving you into maybe a lower enrollment division, not a lower competitive division.
Yeah, the Tigers coming off a few years here of a 4-4 record, and as we mentioned, the Brewer Witches with a couple of wins in their first 2 games this year, matching their win total from the previous 2 years combined. You see the Witches seniors there getting announced on homecoming night. We'll take our final time out of the pregame show as the color guard makes their way out onto the field. And when we come back here on Ticket TV, it's time for the kick between Brewer and Gardiner, up next from Doyle Field.
Stop in for a burger, burrito, or delicious item off the lunch menu. Cool down or warm up with drink options such as fresh squeezed lemonade, milkshake, hot or iced coffee. We also have Butterfield's homemade ice cream or over 20 flavors of shaved ice, with a variety of bakery items with gluten-free options available and our dog treats for your fur baby. Come visit us at Maniac Snack Shack and Sniff and Snack Bakery and Barkery at 45 Condescade Road in Levant.
So after my associate's degree, I got married and started a business. I wanted to go back to school. Bachelor of University Studies, it really was sort of like a self-designed track where I was able to take a little bit of everything. I wouldn't have imagined that I would bring life to that once dead goal of mine. My late father's biggest dream was for us to get higher education. I'm very happy to achieve that.
All right, with that, we are ready for some football tonight in Brewer. The 3-0 Gardiner Tigers looking to remain among the teams at the top of Class C. The Brewer Witches trying to send them back to Gardiner with an even record with Brewer at 2-1 coming into play here tonight. Our coverage on Ticket TV presented by Northeast Driving School, the leader in driver training since 1969. You can register for driver's ed courses today at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Go to northeastdrivingschool.com to select your course. And at EMCC, Eastern Maine Community College, every student has a story. Some are just beginning, others starting a new chapter. Wherever you are, your future can start at emcc.edu. Mark Paulette and Chris Hoare on the call with you tonight. Chris, what are some keys to the contest here for the Witches and the Tigers?
I think the keys to both teams is who wins the point of attack. Both of these teams run a spread offense, as I mentioned earlier. They need to get their athletes out in space. And that can only happen if you protect your quarterback, because it all starts there. And defensively, if you can limit the amount of big plays that happen to you, you also have the best chance of success in this game, and take advantage of the opportunities you get if turnovers, big chunk runs, big chunk pass plays. You got to use that momentum to your advantage.
Those keys to the game presented by Dean's Detailing. Coverage tonight also brought to you by Main Trailer, your one-stop shop for trailers and shipping containers. Whatever you haul or store, Main Trailer has you covered in Hamden and in Auburn. Captains meeting out there for the coin toss tonight. A reminder that also tonight on Ticket TV, getting underway right around now up in Herman at Pottlefield, the 3-0 Herman Hawks, one of those other 3-0 teams in Class C along with Gardiner and Greeley, hosting the Hamden Academy Broncos, Jim Churchill and Ernie Clark up there in Herman for the call of the Hawks and the Broncos. We will know here in just a second who will be beginning the contest tonight with possession. Once again, Brewer looking for their first win on the home field here on homecoming night. Couple of wins on the road over Belfast and Hamden Academy. The Tigers have taken out Oceanside at home, Wells at home, sandwiched around a trip to Old Town, and a 15-point victory at Victory Field. The new DQ Fall Treat menu is here. Try the new Caramel Toffee Cookie Blizzard Treat. Enjoy the return of the Pumpkin Pie Blizzard Treat. Or taste the new Maple Cookie Shake. Discover the DQ Treat menu before autumn's over in Bangor and in Old Town. All right, looks like it's going to be Gardiner ball to get this one underway tonight. Is that what I saw out there?
Looks like it, yeah. This is one of the few matchups you'll see of teams both wearing orange helmets. The orange helmets kind of went away a long time ago, and if you were a black and orange team, the black came out or you wore white. Now the orange helmets made a big comeback here, and I like to see Brewer in the orange helmet.
Yeah, Brewer wearing the all blacks tonight. As you can see, the orange lettering, white trim, and those orange helmets. Gardiner in the road whites with the orange numbers and orange helmets. And I'll tell you, after trying to call a soccer game in a monsoon last night at Mahaney Diamond, I'm thankful for a little orange on black and orange on white here tonight at Doyle. So it'll be the Witches kicking away here to get this one underway tonight. Handling kicking duties for the Witches. Looks like Caleb Smith, number 9, ready to kick this one deep.
Opening kickoff delivered by Caleb Smith of the Witches.
4 and 10 back deep to receive would be Braden Elliott, senior receiver, and Justin Duty, talented sophomore running back, part of that two-man wrecking crew in the Gardiner backfield. There's the run-up, the boot, and we're underway tonight at Doyle. A bit of a bobble there as Gardiner picks it up off the ground. Duty gets running and runs into a wall right around the 30-yard line. And that's where the Tigers will get things going 5 seconds into the contest.
And you talk about Justin Duty back there as part of the tandem running back. Their game 2 weeks ago against Wells, they kicked off, gave up a big return to Wells. Wells scores, they kick off, Duty takes it back to the house on the next play. So they're certainly skilled in the backfield. It's a great job by Brewer to get down there and kick coverage and give him no more than a 4 or 5 yard gain from where the ball was caught.
Chadwick to the right of Medor to begin as Gardiner spreads it out in the shotgun that Chris was telling you about in the pregame show. Motion man. Brewer has his kick blocked, so the Witches able to keep Gardiner off the board in the extra point attempt. 13-0, Gardiner in front. 6:50 remaining in this first quarter of play. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. Great food, great drinks, great vibes. For takeout, call 947-5000 or visit unos.com. We're also brought to you by Acadia Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution with 8 branches, 3 of them in Bangor. And a new location coming to Brewer. Find out how Acadia can enrich your life at acadiafcu.org. 2 quick strikes here from the Gardiner Tigers, scoring on their opening possession of the game, getting the long fumble return, and then a 1-play, 4-yard touchdown drive right there to go up 13-0 for the Brewer Witches. A little bit of shell shock here on homecoming night before we're even through the first quarter.
Yeah, Brewer had a couple good runs. They had a couple good passes. They moved the ball. They were moving the ball a little bit until that play happened, and just unfortunate that when that fumble happened, it almost looked like it fell right into the hands of the defender, almost like a pass interception, and there's no one behind him.
Onside kick. Gardiner trying to catch Brewer off napping here, and we'll see. Brewer is pointing that they got it. That is, in fact, the case.
Number 52, Damian Blackie.
Damian Blackie, senior offensive lineman, defensive end. Front of the line right there, and all of a sudden the ball rolling towards his feet.
Yeah, good alertness by him, because a lot of times when you're practicing in practice against onside kicks, it's your hands team out there, not the second possession of the first quarter for your team. You're expecting that it's going to be a normal kickoff, and Gardiner pulled a little surprise there, and Brewer's ready for it.
So now we have to see how the Witches adapt with Jackson Bragg-Willette, their leading weapon on offense, out injured. It's Caleb Smith in the backfield, number 9 flanking Wall. The handoff goes to the up back, trying to come around the edge, and getting smacked by a wall of Tigers was Grady Cameron right around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a little more of a running formation there with twins tight on both sides. They're kind of bunched up, and it allowed those 2 guys on the outside for Brewer to set some good blocks. The problem is no one got from the line down to the second level of Gardiner defense. So once the open space came up by the receivers, the linebackers for Gardiner were free to come over. Brewer's got to work to that second level.
A short gain of 3 there by Cameron. He remains in the backfield ahead of this carry. Ball spotted right at midfield by the Witches. Wall looking to throw, comes near side and completes the pass to Brandon Rivera. Be about 1.5 yards shy of the sticks.
Good job by Rivera holding onto that ball, because he gets stuck hard by number 15 that's Henry Gingras for Gardiner, was playing on top of him again. Hard aggression take at the receiver, and Rivera held on.
Gain of 10 officially sets up a 3rd and 1. Wall in the pistol formation, which is needing less than 1 yard. He's looking to throw for it, and it's picked off. Throwing to the outside, an interception, and a late hit over there on the sideline as the intercepting player was going out of bounds. Braden Elliott, he's making his presence felt here in the first couple of defensive series for the Gardiner Tigers.
Yeah, Gardiner's defensive backs are just sitting on Brewer's passing routes. Most of them have been short. They're going to have to take a look down the field, maybe on a stop-and-go route, just to stretch him out a little bit.
4th interception of the year thrown by Wall. Gardiner takes over. A hair onto their side of midfield. Ball on the 49. Snap back to Medor. Pressure comes. He has to break the pocket, trying to get out of there and throw one to his running back over the head of the intended target duty.
Second down.
A good pressure by Brewer. The interior guys got inside and forced him out of the pocket.
It's a big defensive series here for the Witches. Have already allowed a couple of touchdowns on the first 2 possessions to the Tigers in this first quarter. 5:12 remaining on the board here in quarter number 1. Once again, excellent starting field position for the Tigers. Can't complain when your last 2 drives have begun in Brewer territory. Snap to Medor, and this time a flip to the back. Duty trying to get the edge. He does so, and Duty's got a first down, carving his way inside the Brewer 40.
Justin Duty. Brought down on the play by Cooper Charette.
Duty with his first carry of the night goes for 10 yards. He came into the contest with 212 yards, 3 touchdowns. Owen Chadwick, who's already scored tonight, 250 yards, and that was his 3rd score of the season.
Yeah, Gardiner's been pretty balanced so far between run and pass, and you struggle to stop one, you start loading up on it, and the next thing you know, they're running the opposite, either a pass or a run.
Duty a flip this side, gets the left edge, but then gets tripped up. A flag comes in, and we'll have to see what that flag is. It was right on the edge.
I don't know if it was a clip.
It was right as Duty went to turn that corner, and it's going against the Tigers. Did they give a signal? I didn't see.
Yeah, he called it a personal foul, but he didn't explain really what it was. It looked kind of like it was a clip or a block from the back on Caleb Smith. Oh, blindside block.
Personal foul on the Tigers results in a 15-yard penalty.
Blindside block on the edge backs up the Tigers to the other side of midfield. 1st and 25 coming out from the Gardiner 46. This holiday season, take your office party from nice to unforgettable. Flash Me Main Photo Booth Rentals brings the fun, the laughs, and the memories your team will love. Don't wait. Book now at flashmemain.com. Medor sends his tight end in motion. He gets the snap. Fake handoff, then a handoff to Duty. That was a rough start to the play, but thanks to Duty, churning his legs up the sideline, it nearly turns into a first down effort.
On the carry for the Tigers.
The Tigers struggled to get that ball out of the backfield, and then it turns into a 23 or better yard gain for Duty up the sideline.
Yeah, sometimes the broken plays can make the best plays, and that's kind of what that was. I wouldn't say it was really a broken play, but it was an awkward handoff to say the least. And Duty just tough running out there. He slid off the first defender and was able to skirt down the sideline.
They say he stepped out at the 35, so it'll actually make it a 2nd and 6. Duty still flanking Medor. Medor will keep it this time on the read, cuts it up, and is swallowed up just beyond the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by the Witches, Morgan Judkins and Jacoby Freeman.
First time tonight, Medor has kept it. He picks up 3 to set up a 3rd and 3 on the Brewer 35-yard line. Four receivers split wide. He's got Duty to his right, does the sophomore QB, who takes the snap. Medor looking to throw and overshoots his intended target. Medor was looking for the tight end Eli Kruk.
Ball's incomplete.
Incomplete, and it sets up a 4th and 4 here. Decision time for the Tigers.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to punt. I think they're going to try and keep it. And they've been reeling off chunks of yardage when they want to, for the most part. What stopped them is an occasional incomplete pass or.
Tigers checking the wristbands. The offense staying out there for this 4th down. It's Kruk to the left of Medor. Motion man is Elliott. And they flip it. Tigers looking to pick up 4. They're not going to get there. The Witches scramble to the ball carrier. And Elliott dropped shy of the marker.
Yeah, obviously Brewer had that scouted when they saw him arc behind in his motion, that they knew it was probably going to be a little pitch. They were able to shed their blockers and get into the backfield and take him down.
Brewer stops them right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1 even. Witches will take over at the 33.
And that's the stop you were talking about, just for momentum's sake for Brewer.
So Elliott, his first 2 touches tonight. The first one was a 44-yard touchdown catch. The second one was an interception along the sideline there. He gets stuffed for no gain, and the Witches take over. I formation for Brewer as they begin this possession. A turn and a give, and that's Smith running hard around the edge into the game for the injured Bragg Willette.
Brought down on the play by Chase McGrain.
Yeah, good tough run by Smith, just putting his head down and trying to get as many yards going forward as he can.
Second down and 3 following the 7-yard pickup on first down. Autumn of Life Home Care is looking to hire reliable, caring workers to help assist clients with daily living activities while remaining in their own homes. Flexible schedules and an office located on Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. Call 217-6026 or follow them on Facebook. Brewer sticking with that I formation. Smith, the tailback. He'll receive it on a pitch, and he's got to cut it up. Gardiner had the corner sealed, and Smith, not much room to operate on the interior.
Yeah, for a second there, it looked like he had enough blocking to get out there, but
the
pursuit of the backside lineman to get over there for Gardiner really stopped that play.
Maybe a gain of a yard as the scoreboard says 3rd down and 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Wall under center, Evan Cameron behind him, a turn and a give to Smith, and Smith gets stuck before he even made it back to the line.
Yeah, that looked like he almost lost the handoff there too.
Brought down on the play by Jason Deering and Eli Crook.
Loss of a yard makes it 4th down and 3.
Yeah, that goes back to pregame keys, point of attack. Who can win the point of attack? And in that case, Gardiner won the point of attack and came up with a big stop.
Brewer on the wrong side of midfield, looking to punt here on 4th and 3. Brody Muncie doing the kicking duties. Here's the kick, a line drive kick, just making it over those rushers, and the Tigers will get away from it and just let that one roll inside the 30 to around the 28-yard line, where the Witches will take, or where the Tigers, I should say, will take over. Brewer a 3 and out there after a big defensive stop. Time for the Witches defense to
down by the Witches on the Gardiner
try to keep the
28.
Tigers at bay again.
Over. 1st and 10.
If you're in the mood for mouth-watering pizza or Italian food made from fresh ingredients, try Angela's Pizzeria in Bangor and in Hamden. Blackfly Coffee is where you can start out your day off right. A local coffee shop with drive-through and mobile ordering, serving the best in coffee in the area, along with bagels and bakery items at 107 Main Road in Holden, just across the Brewer line. 1 minute exactly remaining in the first quarter as the Tigers take over possession. This is Duty out of that Wildcat that you were talking about, Chris, on the QB keep. Duty cutting back and getting to midfield. A gain of 23 on first down for the Tigers.
Yeah, he's really effective out of that formation, especially because he's got lead blockers, and he's going forward where most of his runs are going sideline to sideline. He can get inside the tackle box when he plays that quarterback position.
First down and 10 across midfield now for the Tigers. You talk about those chunk gains. So that was Duty's 3rd carry of the night. They've gone for 10, 21, and 23 yards. You had a 44-yard touchdown pass as well. You had a fumble recovery and interception by the Dexter defense. It has been a strong first quarter here for the Tigers as they get ready possibly for the final snap, and it looked like some movement up front first. We'll whistle this one dead. Encroachment going against Brewer, the call with 19 seconds remaining, so a free 5 for Gardiner sets up 1st and 5. The Coach House Restaurant right here in Brewer is your stop for home-style cooking, homemade desserts, and an experienced, friendly staff. It's the Coach House, takeout available at 457 Wilson Street in Brewer and at thecoachhouserestaurant.com. Clock ticking here inside of 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Let's see if the Tigers snap the ball. It's Duty once again ready for it. And they do with 1 second on the clock. Duty will keep it. He splits a few Brewer members of the defensive line and gets down to about the 40-yard line near another first down. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. Gardiner with the lead and the ball. Tigers 13-0 on top of the Witches. We're back for quarter number 2 right after this on Ticket TV.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you, and with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities, and right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
Harvey RV and Marine in Glenburn is turning 2025 holdover season into their biggest RV savings event of the year. Shop luxury motorhomes, fifth wheels, campers, and compact travel trailers, all with can't-miss discounts and pricing. Or you can shop their huge selection of pre-owned RVs for even more savings. Plus, trade-ins are always welcome. Couples, families, and adventure lovers, this is your chance to downsize or upgrade and live the RV lifestyle at Harvey RV and Marine, just 6 minutes past Tractor Supply, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
The hands-on experience is such a crucial part of education, period.
The faculty are incredible. They work so hard to make sure that all their students have what they need to succeed.
There's all kind of opportunities, and I'm just very grateful knowing that I have a job lined up full-time when I graduate, and that is all thanks to coming to Hudson.
Back here at Doyle Field as we get ready for a 2nd down and 2 to begin the second quarter. Gardiner with possession and a give right up the middle, streaking through the center of the Brewer defense, still on his feet and still going. Chadwick angling towards the corner of the end zone, and he's got a 41-yard touchdown, his second TD of the night. And the Tigers in front, 19-0 on the opening play of the second quarter.
Yeah, Brewer just didn't look like they were ready in their defensive set when the snap happened. Defensive backs, especially the safeties, didn't even react until Chadwick was already in their position 12 yards down the field.
Chadwick has now scored on each of his last 2 carries, a 4-yard touchdown and a 41-yard touchdown. It's been an efficient night for him, a very efficient night for the Gardiner offense. Really the Gardiner team to this point, offensively, 3 touchdowns in 4 drives, and defensively, they've already forced 2 turnovers. Extra point kick on its way, and good.
Extra point by Levi Moore is good. The score is now Gardiner 20, Brewer 0.
Moore knocked through the extra point. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Gardiner on top, 20-0, 9 seconds here into the second quarter. The Brewer crowd waiting for something to cheer about here on homecoming. Hartford's Auto Service at 62 Liberty Drive in Herman does repairs on all makes and models of cars and trucks. With over 3 decades of experience, they can provide routine maintenance, brake and suspension repairs, muffler repairs, and more. Visit the Hartford's Auto Service Facebook page or give them a call at 207-989-6322. We're also brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, the original redemption center of Old Town for 30 years. They're family owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday with $100 giveaways each month. Old Town Redemption Center, 13 Chester Street in Old Town. Call 827-7887. So a 44-yard touchdown strike from Medora on the opening possession for the Tigers. Chadwick punched it in from 4 yards out after a long fumble recovery by Dexter. And Chadwick 41 yards to the house on the first play of the second quarter. That's a scoring recap here through the first 12 minutes and 9 seconds at Doyle Field.
Yeah, and once again, I hate to go back to the keys to the game, but limit the others' big plays. And right now, Gardiner's got all the big plays in their basket.
Brewer returns the kick across the 30-yard line, and the Witches will set up shop right around the 33 here on their first drive of the second quarter.
Brought down by Carson Moore.
And still Smith in the backfield to begin this drive. Jackson Bragg-Willett, the leading rusher for Brewer, entering the game with some 285 yards and 5 touchdowns in the first 3. Went out injured early on in that first quarter. A turn and a give to Smith. Again, looked like a little trouble with the handoff there as he plows his way through the initial contact across the 35. And a strong run there by Caleb Smith.
Yeah, tough run, just like you said. It was a little bit of a mishandle on the handoff, and maybe just landmarks for the running back are a little bit different right now. And he ends up reaching, and the quarterback's reaching, and that never works out well, but he did a good job to save the handoff and get some 4 yards on the first rush.
Yeah, it looks to be a different body type now with Smith in the backfield compared to Bragg-Willett. Smith has a little more, I think, in the height department, and not sure if that's causing issues so far with those handoffs.
Yeah, and he may want to run a little more outside the hole versus Willett. He really likes to run between the tackles. He's more of an inside runner.
Wall looking to throw, being chased from behind, airs it out
There's
downfield. He's got a man wide open, coming back. Oh, he can't make the catch as the ball squirts free. Diving across the 40-yard line was Cooper Charette, senior wide receiver for the Witches.
And that's the play they needed to do because the defensive backs for Gardiner have been sitting on their short little routes.
They all jumped on that one, too.
Absolutely.
Charette he was at the 40 coming back for that ball, and I'm not sure there was a Tiger within 7 or 8 yards of him.
If the line could have held up for an extra second, he would have been flushed out of the pocket because that's a hard throw to throw on the run.
Black Bear Nation, it's football season, and beer allowed in the stands tomorrow at Alphon Stadium up in Orono with North Carolina A&T coming to town. Maine football looking for their first win of the season. If you want tickets, head to goblackbears.com/tickets. Go Blue. Smith joining Wall at his side. Gardiner not jumping for the hard count. Wall has it. Rush in his face. Throwing to the sideline. Catch made. Nice grab along the boundary by Rivera.
Through a pass from Eli Wall. Complete to Brandon Rivera. Forced out of bounds by number 15.
That's a long throw for any quarterback, especially a high school quarterback. That deep out. Great timing by Rivera and Wall to get that connected.
Big 12-yard pickup there for a first down for the Witches.
And even though Brewer didn't connect on that deep route that they had earlier, that might have just showing it makes Gardiner think, well, they can do that. So maybe that created a little more space so they couldn't jump the routes like they did in the first quarter.
Rivera with his second catch of the night, leading receiver for the Witches this year, now with 9 on the season. Wall motions Smith up next to him. High snap and a hand to Smith. He's wrapped up immediately and dropped in the backfield by a host of Tigers.
By number 55, Evan Bullock.
Yeah, Brewer's got to find a way to control Evan Bullock. He's dominating the nose guard. He's dominating the center and the 2 interior guards. He's sliding through. He's tall. He's athletic, and he's long, so he can shed them easy. And he's blowing up the plays at the point of attack of the center side.
Loss of 3 on that first down carry sets up a second down and 13. 2 minutes into this second quarter. Pistol look to begin with. Gardner's packing the box. Wall looking to throw the slant, and he fits it in there. Threading the needle to Cooper Charette.
Pass on the play complete from Eli Wall to Cooper Charette.
Another great throw. A little bit behind him, but that's a good high school throw and a good catch by Cooper Charette.
Pickup of 10 on the first catch of the game for Charette.
And even we didn't even mention it, but even better by the Brewer offensive line with all that pressure coming in to hold up. Give him a free release.
Rivera coming back into the game ahead of a 3rd down and 2 for Brewer. Now across midfield. Got to wonder if that makes the next call easier if the Witches can't get 2 yards here. Snap to Wall. He fakes it, trying to bootleg near side, looking to throw, and now flipping it to a target who holds on and makes the catch. Jacoby Freeman. He got smacked inside the 40-yard line, but that's just enough for a Brewer first down.
Yeah, That's a very tough throw for a right-handed quarterback running to your left, and you're not running downhill. You're running to the sideline to get away from the rush and to throw it, and great concentration.
Almost like a push pass over there to Freeman. Found himself in a pocket of space, secured the catch, and picked up the first down. First and 10 on the 40. Wall looks to throw again. Nothing on the right, nothing on the left. He tucks it down and will try to run, lowering his shoulder down near the 30. A healthy first down pickup for Eli Wall.
Brought down on the play by number 54.
Yeah, Wall's a tough kid. Remember him from the boys basketball program. He'd do anything. He'd run through a wall to get a ball for you, and you can see it right there. He sacrifices himself to get the yardage.
First carry of the night for the Brewer QB. Good looking drive here for the Witches. 2nd and 2 from the Dexter 32. Three receivers on the right for Brewer. Smith to Wall's right. He receives the handoff, gets by a couple of Tigers who are in the backfield, and is able to turn that into a positive gain where it looked like Gardiner was going to drop him for a loss. Caleb Smith coming in for the injured Jackson Bragg-Willette, finding some running lanes here. Nothing too explosive, but getting the job done.
I think Brewer's offense, just the way it is it's more 4, 5, 6 yard.
Methodical.
Yeah, and we're going to work a drive, 10, 12 plays, where obviously you get a big play offense on the other side. While they're doing this, they're also keeping the ball away from Gardiner and taking time off the clock. They just need to score at the end of this drive, though.
Wall short on the throw.
Pass falls incomplete. Intended for Grady Cameron.
Snaps a streak of 3 straight completions for the Brewer quarterback following the interception. 5 for 8 so far tonight throwing the football. On the other side of things, Medora perfect 2 for 2, 56 yards and a touchdown through the air. 2nd and 10 from the Gardiner 29. High snap, Wall pulls it down, rolling to his right, looking to throw. He's got a wide open man heading to the post, airing it out. Oh, and a great job on the recovery there by a couple of Gardiner defensive backs. One appears to be down on the field in a little bit of pain there. And that was Elliott, who has been all over the start of this contest. You wonder if he jammed a finger or exactly what happened there, sticking it up at the ball, trying to make the deflection. But Elliott, a long touchdown reception, an interception on the defensive duties, and right there, making up quite a bit of ground on what looked like a Brewer touchdown when it was released.
Another great job by Brewer to show the long pass there, and he had him. It's just the ball took so long to get there that it was good makeup, recovery speed by Elliott there to get back and make basically a touchdown-saving pass deflection. And I think it was almost intercepted by his teammate when he tapped it down too. But once again, Brewers, stretching them. This is a good drive for them.
You can see Elliott at the top of the screen getting checked out, his hand in his wrist by a trainer off the field for this 3rd down and 10.
Gardiner runs a little funnel coverage where they put the corners up and looks like man. They try to push him to the inside.
Quick throw, a tip, and it was a crucial one over the middle.
Intended for Brody Muncie, falls incomplete.
Tough to tell as we take another look who got the tip exactly, but Muncie was open in space, and that deflection was enough to make the ball wind up on his back shoulder. .7:01 remaining as Brewer appears to be going for it on 4th and 10 from their from the Gardiner 29-yard line. Couple of receivers on either side of the field. Wall has Smith to his back, now to his right hip. He's got the snap, looking to throw, looking to air it out over the middle of the field. Pass too high, and it's picked off. Tigers running the other way on the second interception of the night thrown by Eli Wall. This one gets returned all the way out just short of midfield as Henry Gingras has the pick, and as the Tigers set up once again with excellent starting field position.
I was just about to say, you know, if that pass would have been as good as a punt had they been able to stop him.
Yeah, had he been able to make the tackle down there, all of a sudden you have the Tigers pinned deep, but Gingras picked it off and was immediately looking upfield. He's got it out to the 48, which is where Dexter will start this drive.
Yeah, and Brewer really stuck with the pass on that series. That ran maybe two run plays. The rest were pass plays. They're finding a little bit of success moving the ball with the pass, and hopefully that will establish the run in their next series.
So Gardiner has already started in Brewer possession on 2 of their series tonight. This one starting 2 yards from midfield. A fake pitch and a handoff as Chadwick trying to find room. Nothing there. He's able to push his way over the line of scrimmage at the last instance there for maybe a short gain of 1.
Yeah, a little toss counter where they fake the toss and the running back makes a counter step back. And good job by Brewer staying in pursuit and getting anything they can to stop the runner. A little bit of cloth grab there and wait for the teammates to come and clean up.
Gain of 1 for Chadwick, so that breaks his streak of touchdowns on back-to-back touches. Tigers split out 2 receivers to the near side. Fake pitch, screen pass coming this way.
Nice play.
Catch made by Gingras. He's cutting it back infield, and he gets spilled across the 35. The ball's out. Brewer says they recover. So does the referee. There's a big play that the Brewer defense desperately needed. Gingras with the fumble, and the Witches take over at the 44.
Yeah, it was weird. That was a great, well-designed play. Fake one way and have, you know, enough blockers to get out there for that wide receiver screen, and he ran inside of his blockers.
Yeah, cut inside everybody.
Right. Everyone else was to the outside where he had space.
It looked like he had a little corridor right down this sideline below us, and instead the Witches thanking him for that decision as Brewer's offense back onto the field.
Yeah, and if you're Brewer, you got to do something with this turnover. You just got a big break. You've started to move the ball a little bit there on offense in your last series.
5:55 remaining in the first half as the Witches take over. Wall looks to throw on first down. Throwing over the middle, and a nice catch is made. I believe that was Muncie. Yes, it was.
Yeah, Brewer in that tight twins look again where they get 2 receivers on each side, just a yard outside the tackle box, and they ran a bunch of different crossing routes in the middle where Muncie just settled down right 5 yards from the middle of the center.
Muncie with a gain of 5, the senior receiver and linebacker for the Witches. A gain of 6, they bump it up to midfield.
Good call on that play because last time they were in that bunch formation, they ran a power play, run play. Hadn't shown pass out of it.
Snap from midfield and a little bit of a blown up play in the backfield. Wall's able to duck under the 2 charging edge rushers and actually get a gain out of what should have been a 4 or 5 yard loss.
There's that broken play becomes the best play.
Third down, Witches.
Wall just had the ball trapped to his body, ducked down, and both rushers missed him, so he's able to pick up 3 on the scamper.
Yeah, it looks like Brewer's going to.
Third down and 1 for the Witches from the Gardiner 47. 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half here on Ticket TV. Our coverage brought to you in part by Bennett Auto Center, where you can experience the Bennett Auto Center difference at 99 Thatcher Street in Bangor and online at BennettAutoCenter.com. It's Smith behind Wall. Freeman off to their left. It's a give to Smith up the middle, makes a man miss and carries another across the marker.
Tackle on the play by Evan Bullock.
First down run there for Smith. Moves the chains for Brewer.
Just smart running there, not trying to make extra moves and get outside where sometimes that can lead to a negative. Just get downhill, all you needed was 2 yards and you did it.
First and 10 from the 44-yard line of Gardiner. Wall awaits the snap. He's got it. Looking to throw. Quick throw is picked off along the far side of the field. Running up the sideline. Tackled out of bounds at the 40. And that is Joseph Hanley with the interception.
That was a great catch. He looked like he was the receiver the way he stuck his hands out and made a receiver-style catch.
Yeah, that was snared out of the air with his fingertips.
Brought down by the Witches, Caleb Smith. First and 10, Gardiner.
Gardiner takes over at the Brewer 42-yard line following the return. First and 10, 3:32 remaining on the clock in the first half. Third interception thrown by Wall in this first half. That matches his season total through the first 3 games. Here's a pitch to Duty, running to the edge. Big chunk gain, lowering his shoulder to the 30.
Brought down by the Witches, Carter Smith and Cooper Charette.
Duty with 5 carries tonight. 4 of them have gone for double figures, 10, 21, 23, and 12.
You know, on those wide sweep or toss plays, he likes to get downhill. He doesn't want to take it to the sideline and turn it up. He wants to turn it up in front of the numbers. And he's not afraid to lay the beat down on a defender either. He'll put his head down, and he runs out of room, he's going to run him over.
Got him unofficially for 91 yards on those 5 carries here in the first half. Inside of 3 minutes remaining here as Gardiner gets ready for a first and 10 from the Brewer 30. Again, a give. This time Brewer's got him in the backfield, able to stretch out across the line of scrimmage and make it a short gain.
Yeah, and if you're Brewer, if you can watch when the plays go a certain way. If you start picking it up, Gardiner will set their guys back a little bit farther, and they rock back in their stance. If they're going to pull one direction or another, they're trying to get out there quickly. It's kind of a cheat step, but you could see 64 on that play, kind of leaning back a little quicker. He was a little farther back in his stance to clear the center so he could pull to the left.
Some tells out there for the Tigers. Can the Witches pick up on it? Second down and 9 after a gain of 1.
Again. Yeah, see.
And there's a give to Duty, same spot, trying to follow his blockers up through the middle and down to around the 25-yard line, just shy.
There's a tendency a lot of linemen have, especially if they're linemen that have to get out in space and move. They need every little advantage they can get.
Gain of 3 makes it 3rd down and 6. Duty remaining in the backfield this time, remaining on the left hip of Medor. Bunch set of receivers here on the near side as Medor looks to throw. He's airing it out, looking for the post pattern over the top, and it is picked off in the end zone by the Witches. Brewer answers with an interception of their own as Brody Muncie pulls the football out of the sky.
The only thing you're going to wonder here is,
where's it spotted?
Yeah, he shouldn't have tried to come out of the end zone and fight. He should have just gone down, because I think that's what they're talking about now. Was he held up in the end zone for a touchback? Or are they going to put it on the 1 because that's where he's trying to get out to?
First incompletion thrown tonight by Medor. He completed his first 3 passes, including 1 touchdown, and it looks like the Witches are trapped inside their own 1-yard line.
And Coach Lauer was not happy with the officials on that. He thought that the momentum had been stopped. There was 2 guys holding on to him in the end zone for a couple seconds there. It should have been blown dead in his mind, and should have had the ball at the 20.
So Brewer's got to take over from the shadows of their own goalpost, staring at their back. 1:17 remaining in the first half. You see the ball spotted. That thing is close to the goal line.
Yeah, the most important thing for Brewer right now is for momentum, hold on to the ball. You're just trying to get yourself some space.
If you're the Gardiner Tigers, this is time for big number 55, Evan Bullock, to do what he's been doing so far tonight and just cause some havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, I noticed they don't run turtle out on defense, only in their goal line type packages or when Brewer's going for a short yardage play.
Which is split it wide from the end zone. Wall motion Smith to his right.
Just quarterback up the middle.
He's looking to throw out of there, airing it out down the sideline, and incomplete.
Brewer pass intended for Brandon Rivera.
Solid throw to the near side for Rivera.
So he surprises everyone, and you make the play that you're not thinking is going to happen. I like the play call there.
2nd down and 10. Only 4 seconds came off the clock, which is another concern of Brewers down here, because if you get held and have to give the ball back to the Tigers, it's going to be a short field to begin with.
Wow, then you're also punting from your back line of your end zone, and nothing ever comes out good from that spot.
Now, we've seen the first couple attempts so far tonight punting the ball for the Witches. They've been line drive attempts too, so if they're bunched up within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, that could spell trouble.
Yeah, typically your punter's 12 to 14 yards back. He wouldn't have that distance, so that's going to just shorten the rush up for.
Ball under center, gives it to Smith, who's able to get some breathing room for the Witches out near the 5-yard line.
Brought down on the play by Owen Chadwick.
Whistle on the field, and Gardiner spending a timeout trying to get the ball back.
Timeout Gardiner.
Timeout Tigers ahead of a 3rd down with 64 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, we have a moment. Let's take a look at the school profiles here, beginning with the visitors making their way up I-95 from Gardiner. Gardiner High School enrollment of 582. Nate Stubert, the AD, Lauren Arnold, the principal, and did you know that Randolph, the smallest town in the district, is basically 3/4 of a square mile, making it one of the tiniest municipalities in Maine. Can't say I knew that. Here's the right up on Brewer High School, enrollment of 704. David Utterback, the AD. Brent Slowakowski is the principal. Did you know Fanny Pearson Hardy Ekstrom, born in Brewer in 1865, was a pioneering writer. She became Maine's first female superintendent of schools and significantly contributed to preserving the state's cultural and natural history through her writings.
It's a lot of names just in itself.
That is. That was a mouthful of names. You don't see a lot of 4 names these days. A minute 04 remaining in the first half ahead of a crucial 3rd down in front of Brewer's end zone. Coverage tonight brought to you in part by Tiller & Rye, a local grocer located at 20 South Main Street in Brewer that's proud to offer products from right here in the great state of Maine. Also brought to you by Orno and Callis IGA. Shop smart, shop local. Orno and Callis IGA's hometown proud and ready to support their local Maine schools and student athletes.
What does Coach Lauer have called up here? Is he going to be conservative and just try to get some yardage out, be safe? Or is he going to try and send something long?
Wall gives the hand to Smith. Smith trying to run to the edge, breaking tackles across the 5-yard line. And a short gain of a couple, which, if nothing else, buys your punter a few more yards at the back of the end zone. So now you have that 15 yards or so to work with, Chris.
Yeah, it definitely helps on that end. And Brewer just needs to hold up on the front here during the rush on this punt. And then get down in good coverage. That was a nice tough run by Smith. He's done a good job since Willette went out.
That was. Those were 5 yards. That the importance doesn't necessarily show up in the box score of just how big those last 2 carries were.
Correct. And I still go back to that first play of Coach Lauer taking a shot down the sideline, because probably everyone here thought they were just going to try and run and get that space, but why not? You're down 20-0. See if you can get a momentum. You get a big hit there, and who knows?
Coming up at the half, we'll have some first half numbers for you, as well as a look ahead at next week's schedule here on Ticket TV. 55 seconds until we get to that point, though, and first a 4th and 4 on their own 5-yard line for the Brewer Witches to work out. Tonight's coverage brought to you in part by The Growing Place, helping families grow for less and polishing your home in style for a fraction of retail cost. Check them out first, check them out often. Do Green, sustainability is always trending at 548 Hammond Street in Bangor. Coverage also brought to you by Bangor Tire Company. From a lawnmower to a skidder, Bangor Tire has you covered since 1927, the best in tires and service. Find it at 514 Colebrook Road in Herman or at bangortire.com. There's a shot of the line of scrimmage. Punter's back there at the back of the end zone. Muncie gets the snap and just gets the kickoff. Low line drive collected inside the 30 by Dexter, running down the far sideline. He's got a wall of blockers in front of him. Finally out of bounds inside the 10-yard line as Chase McGrain showed off just how dangerous he is there with the ball in his hands, gliding down to the Brewer 7.
Yeah, I would imagine Gardiner might just go their straight power goal line offense. They're inside the 10. You got one timeout left.
Looks like it's actually the 8, but still 44 seconds on the clock, one timeout as you mentioned.
Yeah, straight T.
Straight T here for the Tigers, trying to drive it down the throat of the Witches before the break. First down play, a turn and a give. That's Duty trying to find room to get through, and not much there.
Carry on the play by Justin Duty. Group tackle by the Witches. Second down.
Gain of about 2, and now a whistle. And the Tigers will spend that final timeout.
Timeout, Tigers.
So their final timeout taken with 27 seconds remaining in the first half. They've got 3 plays to get 6 yards.
I'm surprised they didn't have a couple plays already set because they all use wristbands. So, you call blue 2 or however it's coded on their wristband. And then next play is going to be green 4. And everyone's looking. They do no huddle, so they should be able to get through there.
Brewers back on the field, waiting for the Tigers to come meet them with 27 seconds remaining in the first half on Ticket TV. We're brought to you in part by Pat's Pizza in Hamden. Whether watching or playing, football can work up quite an appetite. That's when it's time for Pat's Pizza, Main Road in Hamden. Call 947-6488. Again with that straight T on second down from the 6-yard line. This time a play action and a rollout. Medora trying to sprint to the edge. He gets there, lofts one to the back of the end zone. Jump ball, catch made, touchdown Tigers. Chase McGrain hauls in his 5th receiving touchdown of the season, going up over everybody to bring that one in.
Yeah, Brewer got the pressure on him because they had a guy out in the flat open early, but he couldn't, Medora couldn't see him because he was running kind of for his life to get away from the Brewer defender, and he happened to get his head down the field and see McGrain in the back of the end zone and was able to throw it up. And McGrain, being the athlete he was, went up and got it at its highest point.
Medora 4 for 5 in this first half. That's his 2nd touchdown toss. The only incompletion was an interception. And that's about the only thing going against the Tigers in this first half, as they have a 2nd extra point blocked by the Witches. But it's Dexter 26 and Brewer nothing with 19 seconds remaining in this first half of play. It's a Gardiner team that coming into the action tonight, their high water mark for points on the season is 31. That was done in a 31-0 shutout victory over Oceanside in the season opener. They beat Old Town 21-6 on the road in week 2, and then a 28-26 victory over Wells last week. But we have arrived at the explosion game for the Gardiner offense here in week 4.
Yeah, as we talked about in pregame, they have a lot of skill and they have a lot of depth at those skill positions too. And the line play's been good. You can protect the skilled players. You can get them out in space. You can do a lot of damage to a defense.
Yikes. Bad news out of Boston, where the Red Sox are trailing the Detroit Tigers 3-0 early on in that one, as a squib kick will go out of bounds, and chance here for Brewer maybe to air one out with a little better field position than they might have expected.
Yeah. Coach Lauer may just sit on the ball here.
The high school game, you get this at the...
Yeah.
Oh, it's a re-kick, is it? All right. Forget everything I said. Tigers on top 3-0 down in Boston. Top 4, runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out.
I guess they're not re-kicking. It's all confused.
There you
Gardner
go.
Set back like they were going to kick, and I saw Coach Lauer kind of signal like he wanted him to re-kick, but maybe he's just buying time to look at his playbook a little bit more and see which one he wants to call.
Ball spotted just across the 40-yard line. 19 seconds remaining in this first half. See if Brewer dials anything up here at the end of it. Down 26-0. The Witches do get the ball to begin the second half. Wall with the snap and a handoff here. And the ball's out. Ball on the ground, and the Witches able to dive back on top of it. Carter Smith, sophomore running back, was the ball carrier there and able to jump back on top of it. And the final seconds will tick off the board here at Doyle Field.
Your score at the half. Gardner
At the half, the Gardiner Tigers spoiling homecoming for the Witches on top 26-0 as we have reached the intermission here on Ticket TV. Our coverage brought to you in part by Union Street Laundromat and Dry Cleaning. For over 30 years, Bangor's best dry cleaners ask about their military and senior citizen discounts. Open 7 to 7, 7 days a week at 1001 Union Street in Bangor. Don't go anywhere. Back for the halftime show right after this on Ticket TV.
High school's freshman class by purchasing your 50/50 raffle ticket.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you. And with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities. And right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
Harvey RV and Marine in Glenburn is turning 2025 holdover season into their biggest RV savings event of the year. Shop luxury motorhomes, fifth wheels, campers, and compact travel trailers, all with can't-miss discounts and pricing. Or you can shop their huge selection of pre-owned RVs for even more savings. Plus, trade-ins are always welcome. Couples, families, and adventure lovers, this is your chance to downsize or upgrade and live the RV lifestyle at Harvey RV and Marine, just 6 minutes past Tractor Supply, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
He can't catch a football, but he can fetch you a home. Catch Luke at Next Home Experience.
You've always known what you wanted, no matter how far down the road it looked. We're here to help you get there. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
Fall into savings at the Furniture Gallery. Curl up with a leather reclining sofa for just $8.98. Hosting for the holidays, save up to 20% on dining furniture. Get the guest room ready with 10% off bedroom furniture and sofa sleepers from $6.25. Fall in love with your home this season with the help of the Furniture Gallery. Don't miss out on 18 months special financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Support our main family-owned business and save money.
So we don't have replays, right?
Bangor, and North
That's okay.
Wyndham.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be.
Weird.
At Dean's
That's all right,
Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will
So we'll
make
just do
your
like
car
stats,
look new again. Change your outlook.
upcoming
Book your
broadcasts on
appointment
the
now
ticket
at
and Ticket TV.
deansdetailing.com.
What? Oh, fan cam, yeah.
Who are the Red Sox pitching tonight?
Kyle Harrison. Back here at Doyle Field in Brewer, we are at the half on Ticket TV. We welcome you into the Furniture Gallery Halftime Show, a Maine family-owned company with locations in Augusta, Bangor, Topsom, and Windham. They offer a great selection of furniture for every room in your home, from great brands like Ashley, Flex Steel, and more. Shop local, save money at the Furniture Gallery. There's a shot of some of the happy fans across the way here in Brewer tonight. And there's a shot of the home sideline on homecoming here at Brewer. Fan cam presented by University of Maine Sports. The Black Bears returning to Orono tomorrow against North Carolina A&T, looking for their first win of the season. 26-0 our score at the half in favor of the visitors from Gardiner. The Tigers trying to make it 4 wins in as many tries to open the 2025 season. The Brewer Witches trying to avoid back-to-back losses here at Doyle Field after a couple wins on the road to open up the season. 26-0 the scoreline, Chris, at the break, and that first half was a lot of chunk plays for the Gardiner Tigers offensively and making the timely plays and getting the turnovers defensively.
Yeah, it was Gardiner just imposing their will on Brewer in a short amount of time and taking advantage of opportunities that were given to them through turnovers.
For Gardner's, a couple of unofficial numbers here. Medore, the quarterback, 4 or 5 in that first half. He had 70 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, and 1 interception. Duty led the way on the ground. Justin Duty, sophomore running back, he had 8 carries for 76 yards. Chadwick, not too far behind him, Owen Chadwick, the senior, 5 carries for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half that he scored on consecutive runs. A 4-yard touchdown run after a long fumble recovery by his defense set up the Gardiner Tigers first and goal from the 4-yard line. Then the next time Gardiner was on the field, he took it 41 yards to the house. And we talk about the big plays defensively by Gardiner in the first half, setting up a lot of short fields out there for that explosive offense.
Yeah, you don't have to run too many plays when you're getting the ball in the positions that they are on the field. And then you get 2 or 3 plays, and one's a 30-yard run or a 30-yard pass play. They haven't really run a ton of plays.
They really haven't, no. You look at the breakdown, and Brewers probably had the ball for just as long, if not longer, because they're a little more methodical with it offensively. Another big key, big player in that first half for the Gardiner offense was Chase McGrain, wide receiver who came into the game with 8 receptions for 4 touchdowns this season. A couple of catches in the first half. He added his 5th touchdown, and it was Braden Elliott who had a 44-yard touchdown reception. He also had one of the 3 interceptions defensively there for the Tiger defense. Numbers for the Witches in that first half of play. And you had Eli Wall at the quarterback position completing 6 of 12 passes for 53 yards. He was picked off 3 times. He also carried the ball 3 times for 10 yards in the first half. It was Caleb Smith getting the most carries for the Witches following Jackson Bragg-Willett, the team's leading rusher, getting injured very early on in the contest. Bragg-Willett led Brewer with 285 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns through their first 3 games. He was hurt after just 1 carry here tonight. Caleb Smith has taken over lead back duties, and he has 19 yards on 9 carries for Brewer. Couple of receptions for 22 yards for senior wide receiver Brandon Rivera. That's the halftime recap. It's brought to you by Uno Pizzeria and Grill, located at 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. Great food, great drinks, great vibes. Now let's take a look at our broadcast schedule the rest of the weekend on 92.9 The Ticket. This is what's coming up on Maine Sports Leader. Actually, let's look at our broadcast schedule for Ticket TV. Right now, up in Herman, Jim Churchill and Ernie Clark on the call of Herman Hawks and Hampden Academy Broncos football as Herman looks to go to 4-0 atop Class C. Next week begins on Tuesday, actually back-to-back trips to Old Town, Tuesday and Wednesday, where the Coyotes play host to the Presque Isle Wildcats at Victory Field. Girls on Tuesday at 6, boys on Wednesday at 6. Then next Thursday, some boys soccer. The Bangor Rams playing host to, Chris, your guess is as good as mine with that mascot.
Maybe the Waterville Panthers?
I'll take it, sure.
That's what I'm gonna
We'll
go
get
with.
confirmation on that. Here's a look at the live events at 92.9 The Ticket. Red Sox taking on the Tigers tonight on Apple TV Plus, and not a good start, trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tomorrow's game gets underway at 4:10. On Sunday, we get the Red Sox sandwiched in the middle of an NFL doubleheader. Vikings and Steelers from Dublin, Ireland at 9:15, And then the Packers and Cowboys Sunday Night Football, game number 162, first pitch at 3:05 in the middle of it all. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half kick here on Ticket TV, where our coverage is presented in part by Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth, because nothing runs like a Deere. We're also presented by Eastern Maine Community College. At EMCC, every student has a story. Some are just beginning, others starting a new chapter. Wherever you are, your future can start at emcc.edu. 26-zip. Tigers in front of the Witches. We're back for the start of the third quarter up next on Ticket TV.
Darling's Kia is your #1 Kia dealer in Maine, and we've got something for everyone. Whether you're shopping for an all-wheel drive gas, EV, hybrid, or plug-in hybrid, Darling's Kia has a full lineup to choose from. Plus, enjoy affordable lease programs and other incredible deals on award-winning Kias, all covered by our 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty. The best in the business. The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. Shop Darling's Kia. You'll do better at Darling's.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road. From work trucks to weekend rides. If it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us. Because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Black Bear Nation, it's football season. Join us for all the excitement of game day in Orem. For tickets to all Black Bear games, visit goblackbears.com/tickets or call 581-2327. Go Blue!
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
Back here at Doyle Field in Brewer, where the Witches trail the Gardiner Tigers 26-0 as we get ready for the start of the second half. Third quarter getting underway in about 3 minutes' time here on Ticket TV, where our coverage is brought to you in part by Danforth Down Home Supermarkets, family owned and operated since 2007. Now with two great locations, Route 2 in Herman and Somerset Avenue in Pittsfield. Also brought to you on Ticket TV by AM Construction and Roofing. Protect your home from the top down with AM Construction and Roofing, serving the Bangor, Machias, Ellsworth, Augusta, and beyond. Serving all those areas. Past customers can earn $100 for referrals, and right now you can save $500 on any roofing project until the end of the year. Call 551-6235 today for your free quote. Well, it looked like the Red Sox had a little something cooking in the fourth inning down at Fenway. Alex Bregman began the inning with a double. He was driven in by Masataka Yoshida. And then Romy Gonzalez lined out to center field, followed by an inning-ending double play. And just like that, one on the board, but threat quickly eliminated. 3-1 Tigers through 4 at Fenway. And once again, there still is a very real possibility, not very real, but there's just a possibility that, well, the Red Sox could be the team on the outside looking in come Monday. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule for the Gardiner Tigers. You see their last two results, a 21-6 win at Old Town, followed by a 28-26 win against Wells. They host Madomic Valley to begin the month of October. Madomic Valley, tough team in Class C. And then they make the trip over to Levitt on October 11th. Both those games at 7 o'clock. And Class C, really no breaks wherever you are.
Yeah, Madomic and definitely Levitt are two traditionally, Madomic of late, the last few years, but Levitt for a long time, traditional powerhouses in Class C football.
As for the Brewer Witches, here's what they have coming up after a trip to York next Saturday for a 2 o'clock kickoff. They'll be back here at Doyle Field on October 10th, and we'll have them on Ticket TV. 6 o'clock kick that night as the Witches play host to the Herman Hawks. Gardiner getting a little team stretch in with 2.5 minutes remaining here until we get the second half underway. Our coverage brought to you in part by Doors Equipment, your local Kubota dealer. Doors can help you with all your equipment needs. Visit doorsequipment.com today. We mentioned Brewers lead ball carrier Jackson Bragg-Willette got hurt on his first carry here tonight. A tough break for Brewer and their star back on homecoming. Not seen him down there on the sideline since. I've been looking around, and it's been only Smith in the backfield with no sight of Bragg-Willette for the Witches tonight.
Yeah, it is a tough break, but it's always that next man up when in a sport like this. So Caleb Smith's getting his chance and trying to make a name for himself, and obviously everyone wishes that Willette's healthy and going to be fine and nothing too serious, and maybe just a game missed due to whatever injury he suffered out there, obviously a leg injury. But
Smith, the junior, is filling in for Bragg-Willette, the senior. He's got 19 yards on 9 carries since taking over lead back duties. Gardiner now into the jumping jack portion of their warm-up. Don't forget to start your weekdays the right way. Tune in to Morning Roast from 6 to 8 a.m. Then the drive brings you home from 4 to 6. Myself and Jim Churchill will be on the show with you on Monday. Matt Cunha and a couple of people in the studio Monday morning. A reminder that also tonight on Ticket TV up in Herman, Jim Churchill and Ernie Clark on the call of the Hawks and the Hamden Academy Broncos as we get ready for the second half kick. Gardiner on top of Brewer, 26-0. The Witches have been out there in ready position to field this kick for a few minutes as the Tigers just now making their way off the sideline.
Francis and the Brewer High School Sports Pep Band.
At Hillside Athletics, they're passionate about sports and feature cutting-edge equipment to help you better your game. Visit hillsideathletics.com for a full list of equipment, services, and training packages. Tigers kicking it away to the Witches to begin the second half. The run-up and the kick, and we are underway here in quarter number 3 as the kick is brought in and returned across the 30. That's where the Witches will begin this drive. Cooper Charette with the return for the Witches.
Brought down by number 54, Ryland King.
Eli Wall making his way back onto the field here to begin the third quarter for the Witches. 6 of 12 in the first half, throwing the ball, but intercepted 3 times to double his season total from 3 to 6.
Please get out your 50-50 tickets.
Wall in shotgun formation here to begin half number 2. And actually, Bragg-Willette, all that talking about him, Chris, he's back in the game right there. Number 6, flanking Wall, who lobs one into the secondary through the hands of his intended target. And incomplete along the far sideline.
Winning number 173-334. 173-334. One more time, 173-334.
Yeah, number 6 back out there, so certainly a good thing to see for the Witches here at the start of the second half.
Yeah, that may be a little bit of the spark that the team needs too, knowing that one of the better players has made it back onto the field after injury.
Bragg will let 5 touchdowns and 285 yards on 53 carries entering play here tonight. 2nd and 10, and he'll get the carry here. Heading through the tackle hole for a short gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long.
And you got that first hit out of the way, so that's back into the game now.
Gain of 2 on his 2nd carry of the night, first of the second half.
By number 16, Tyler Leonard.
3rd down and 8 here from the Witches, for the Witches from their own 33-yard line. 50 seconds into the 3rd quarter as Wall and company break the huddle.
Back to the double twins bunch formation or tight formation. We'll see if they run a pass play out of it or it's just a run play.
Trying to get Gardiner to jump, a little bit of movement, but no whistle. Wall rolling out to his right. He'll tuck it and run and dive forward.
Keeper on the play by Eli Wall.
Short of the marker, he got about half the distance there. And Brewer, looks like they send the punt team out onto the field ahead of 4th down.
3-3-4. 1-7-3-3-3-4. Please come to the prone press box at the top of the stairs.
Good coverage by Gardiner in that situation, as well as pressure to continue to pursue Wall as he turned it upfield. Wall had no one to throw to.
McGrain and Gingras back to
a pretty wide formation on the kick return. I wonder if there's maybe a reverse or something like that coming out of the play.
Well, the ball won't get to them on the short kick by Brewer. The Witches jump on at the 45-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take over. 10:38 remaining in the 3rd quarter, on top 26-0. Ticket TV brought to you in part by the Fitch Company, where you'll find experienced electrical and control systems engineers, field technicians, designers, and drafters ready to meet varied engineering challenges or handle projects. Visit them at thefitchcompany.com. Tigers check the wristbands as they get into formation here. Counter play and a give. Big hole. Running on that left sideline is Chadwick. Up the sideline as flags fly. He had the first down yardage, but let's see what this flag is.
And the Gardiner skill running backs, they're not super big, but they run out of tackles pretty easy.
That Tiger offensive line opens up some big holes for them, too, to run through.
It's another blindside block.
Second time we've heard that call tonight, so that'll back up the Tigers here.
It's always a tough one because it's certainly a judgment call, and sometimes you peel back and you look to block someone that's coming in to tackle your teammate. And you got to get him to look at you. You can't just, if he turns his head and you're there.
Can't light him up like the old days.
On the play,
yeah.
blindside block, 15 yards. It'll be 1st and 25.
First and 25 is what it results in for the Tigers from their own 30-yard line. Clock running here in the 3rd quarter. Medor in shotgun formation with Chadwick to his right. They give it to the crosser. And Gingras with a short gain before a big hit delivered by Brody Muncie.
By Henry Gingras. Stopped by Brewers Cooper Charette and Brody Muncie.
Yeah, Brody Muncie coming up from a safety spot. Play got turned in, and he was there to fill that alley, which he's supposed to do in that situation.
Gain of 6 on the first down run, brings up 2nd and 19.
This was that formation that they threw the touchdown pass bunch on one side, and they're going to run out of it this time.
Medor flips it to Chadwick. Again, a flag on the play.
Muncie lays another big hit.
Brought down by Brewers Carter Smith.
Waiting word here on the laundry.
Say it's on Gardiner. Yeah.
False start or illegal motion. One of the two.
Illegal formation by Gardiner.
Legal formation is the call.
Traveling in the next season.
Yep. Well, they brought the man in motion, and clearly not everyone else was set as they snapped the ball. Actually, no, that was the previous play, wasn't it? Getting my my recall here mixed up.
They ran in motion on that one, too.
Okay.
They ran him out of that bunch formation back, across, then back to that formation.
So it was 1st and 25, and then it was 2nd and 18. Now it's backed up to 2nd and 23 after the 5-yard penalty. Medora looking to throw the screenplay, completes it to Gingras, cuts back in field again, which in the first half led to a fumble that was recovered by the Brewer Witches. Here, they get the ball up to about the 44-yard line.
I think part of what it happens is he's so far out, he's outside the numbers on that play, and he's spaced away from the quarterback, and he's running in almost like a slant pattern more than a screen. And his momentum just brings him that way. But if he could take one step and plant to the inside and turn and look, you could see that his blocking's on the outside.
12-yard pickup, but it's still 3rd and long. 11 yards to go for the Tigers. Ball spotted on their own 44-yard line. 4 receivers split wide. Motion man doubles back from where he came, and a give here. It's Chadwick right up the middle, dragging tacklers with him, but brought down across midfield.
Yeah, the middle of the Brewer line just got peeled out, and the hole opened up like it was a road. Chadwick power run for 7.
And they'll set up 4th down and 3, just over midfield, and on top 26-0. The Tigers looking to keep their foot on the gas. Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales is home of the complimentary 6-month, 6,000-mile major component coverage plan. Route 1 in Hancock and at tonysfairwayauto.com. Tigers in need of 3 yards, and they're breaking out that straight tee look. Oh, they got to jump up front. Movement, and the flag flies.
Offsides by Brewer, 5-yard penalty.
That's always a frustrating one for the coach, as a head coach. The guy who jumps is directly in front of the ball. It's you're going by the movement of the ball.
Free 1st down on 4th. And now the drive continues from the Brewer 43-yard line. Tigers had their heavy package on the field. Now they bring out some of the skill guys again.
It's back to that formation. We'll see if they motion back or they're going to run that.
Duty in the backfield. Fake flip to him. Hand on the counter. Duty with running room. He's got a 1st down, lowering his shoulder and finishing the run across the 30.
Tackle on the play by Brandon Rivera and Morgan Judkins.
That's a good offensive set for them. They can run 3 or 4 or 5 plays out of it, working back to the weak side or on the strength.
A dozen more yards there for Duty. Five minutes off the board here in the 3rd quarter. Snap to Medor, give to Duty. Again, all kinds of room as he cuts it back to the right. And some gang tackling there for the Witches. Limits it to a gain of 5.
Brought down by Evan Cameron.
Tim's Plumbing is where service is their specialty for all your plumbing needs. It's Tim's Plumbing. Call 735-4969 or visit at timsplumbingmaine.com. 2nd down and 5 from the 25. Duty with the fake, looking to throw. Medor completes it out wide to McGrone. Another short gain up near the sticks and beyond it for a 1st down.
Brought down on the play by Cooper Charette.
Gain of 7 with the ball spotted at the 18. 3rd catch of the game for McGrane. This drive a bit more methodical from the Tigers. We were talking about all the explosive gains, chunk plays in the first half, Chris.
Yeah, they've run a few more plays inside like this, inside the tackle box.
Duty again.
Where he's getting good chunks, but you have more defenders in there versus some of the outside stuff where they get out in that space, and their chunks are more like 9 to 14 yards at a time versus the 35, 40 yards that they were getting in the first. And I think they're happy with this. They're just trying to run their offense and execute the blocks and the handoffs and the running lanes.
Moderate chunks here in the second half for the Tigers. A pickup of 8 on that last carry from Duty. 25 yards on 3 carries on this drive. Medora with a hand. It's Duty again. He slips a tackle, tries to dive over a couple of Brewer defenders who are on the ground along the line of scrimmage, and he got walloped into the ground.
Yeah, one thing you teach running backs especially, never jump unless you're doing that the old jump over the pile like the pros do. Don't jump because bad things can happen. Or you can jump backwards like Saquon, I guess. But
first and goal, I should say, from the 7 after that last run. Pick up of 3 by Duty. He's got it again here. Trying to follow the blocks inside the 5, still on his feet. A pile up inside the 5, pushing across the line. Did they get in?
I think he's got him short.
Just short, it looks like. The ref is coming in.
Group tackle by the Witches.
Pickup of 6 yards as that pile kept moving. And it'll be second and goal on the doorstep for Dexter. Gardiner has the big boys in here for second down. There's a give, a push, and another touchdown tonight.
Carry on the play by Owen Chadwick. Good for a Gardiner touchdown.
Owen Chadwick now has the hat trick. He has scored from 4, 41, and 1. Third touchdown of the night. 32-0, Gardiner.
Yeah, it was just straight power football, but the whole drive was a mixture of counter, straight give, sweep, inside tackle counter. It's kind of just working their plays.
Dexter, I keep saying Dexter on this drive. I don't know why I've got my Tigers mixed up here. I made it through 2.5 quarters. Gardiner looking for the extra point attempt here, and first a whistle coming in. We had some movement up front, and this one might be 5 yards farther back.
Gardiner,
it will be.
5-yard penalty.
Levi Moore, freshman kicker for the Tigers. A couple of missed extra points is all that's separating us from potentially running time here tonight at Doyle Field, because second half score lines of 35-point margins or more mean running time in high school football.
Now he's got the 25-yard extra point.
And this one's blocked too. So the Witches come away with a third block on the PATs here tonight. Gardiner still, though, with 6 more on the scoreboard. 32-0 with 3:39 remaining in this third quarter. The Farmer's Table is your stop for home-style cooking, just like Mom makes it, at 15 Stetson Road in Corinna. We're also brought to you by Knowlton Automotive, a full-service preventative maintenance and auto repair center, family-owned and operated. Knowlton Auto provides guaranteed service at a fair price. 3297 Broadway in Kenduskeag, or at knowltonautomotive.net. And stop by American-made Home Goods at 36 Springer Drive in the Rennie's Plaza in Bangor. You can explore their incredible selection of USA-made products, from handcrafted woodwork to homemade healthy snacks. They feature artisan goods from all 50 states. Gardiner getting ready to kick it deep. It'll be collected just inside the 20-yard line. Nice return here for the Witches, out across the 35.
Returned by Cooper Charette. Brought down on the play by Chase McGrain.
Charette with close to a 20-yard return there. Wall and the Witches back out there to open up this drive from the 38. Bragg Willett behind Wall in the pistol formation. Now he moves up off his QB's left hip. Motion man and a give to him for the Witches. Coming around the sideline is Muncie. Muncie gets a block, and he's got a little lane down the sideline. A couple of cutbacks. Good run in there from the Brewer senior.
Carry by Brody Muncie. Forced out of bounds by
Good job on the corner here to just get enough of a seal and 6 that they opened up the sideline for Muncie, who's able to turn upfield.
First down across midfield to the Gardiner 43-yard line as Brewer breaks the huddle. Two receivers split out on the far side of the formation. A little bit of a bunch set at the bottom as two go in motion. Freeman and Charette get reset. High snap, pulled down. Bragg Willett with the carry. And couldn't get through the hole. A nice tackle there.
Brought down by Eli Crook.
Eli Crook grabbing him by the ankles in the hole.
That's a great job by Crook, shooting the gap there at an angle tackle on Jackson, because he had some space. If he could get by that tackle, there was going to be some space to the outside. He could pick up 4 or 5 more yards at least.
Bragg Willett back into the game here in the second half after picking up a leg injury early on in the contest on his first carry. He's only carried the ball here tonight 3 times for a total of 2 yards. Second and 9, Wall looks to throw. He throws it near side, tipped, nearly intercepted. And Cooper Charette, after having the ball go through his hands, had to turn into a defensive back very quickly there to knock it free from the linebacker.
Yeah, way to be heads up by Cooper Charette, making sure that Gardiner wasn't going to come away with that interception.
Reich and King thinking he had one in the hands there, not to be. 2:35 left in the third quarter. Ahead of a 3rd and 9 here for Brewer. If you're hungry after the game, swing by the Back Alley Bar and Restaurant inside Family Fun Bowling Center. The Back Alley, where good times roll, and so do the bowling balls. Find them at 15 Hildreth Street in Bangor or online at thebackalleyrestaurant.com. Third down and 9. Wall wants to throw. Near side. Pass complete to Rivera. Turns to the outside. Makes a man miss. Gets by a second. And then is going to be tackled just inside the 35-yard line.
Complete from Eli Wall.
About a yard short of the sticks.
Tackle on the play by Colin McCormick.
Rivera did a great job coming out of that attempted tackle to pull himself out and get some extra yardage. I think he could have kept going up the sideline, but trying to make something big happen by cutting back against the grain. And just didn't work out on that one, but a good gain either way.
3 catches for 30 yards tonight for Rivera. It'll be a 4th and 1 here for the Witches. Wall to throw for it over the middle into traffic, and it's broken up by Gardiner.
Pass intended for Brody.
Tough throw to complete there on 4th and 1. And Gardiner taking over on downs with 1:35 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, Evan Whalen was blanketing Muncie across the formation, and it looked like it was just man on man.
Wall now 7 of 14, throwing the ball tonight for 61 yards. Joseph Hanley beginning this drive in the backfield for the Tigers.
Yeah, it looks like Gardiner's moved to maybe some of their second and third string guys. They're a little disoriented here in the first possession.
Medor, sophomore quarterback, gets him set and hands to Hanley. A whole host of witches bring him down after a short gain.
Brought down by Evan Cameron and Kane Cookson Goodrich.
From new construction to remodels, RT Electrical does it all. Owner Ryan Trabeau is licensed and fully insured. He's a master electrician ready to take on your residential and commercial work. Short pitch here for the Tigers. Again, it's Hanley coming around the corner, tackled out of bounds, right around the 40-yard line.
Muncie's impressive. He's a hard hitter.
Play by Joseph Hanley. Tackled by Brewers Brody Muncie.
He's dished out some big hits tonight. Fortunately for the Witches, on the wrong end of this one, 32-0. As we dip inside the final half minute of the third quarter. Third down and 6, potentially the final play of the quarter right here as Medor gets the snap and looks to throw. Airing it out over the middle, pass complete for a first down across midfield as McGrain spins his way into Brewer territory.
Yeah, he found a little seam between the outside linebacker, which was Jackson Bragolette, who had to vacate over to the flat. And the Gardiner receiver just sat in the spot that Jackson Bragg was in.
17-yard gain there to close out the third quarter. It has been all Gardiner tonight in Brewer. The Tigers 32 and the Witches 0. Fourth quarter up next on Ticket TV.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. DeansDetailing.com.
Get looped, get sold with Next Home Experience.
Welcome back to Brewer here for the start of the fourth quarter on Ticket TV. Gardiner Tigers with the football and holding a 32-0 lead. Our coverage brought to you in part by Auto Radiator Services, serving the greater Bangor area for 50 years. General maintenance, repairs, and specialty services like remote car starters. Find it all at 942-4554 or stop by at 568 Hammond Street in Bangor. Also brought to you by Hilder Street Auto. Looking for trucks or heavy equipment? They have you covered. Located at 2209 Route 2. Your one-stop shop from skid steers to bulldozers to dump trucks and excavators. Buy, rent, or consign. Hand up the middle and gashing his way through goes Hanley.
Carry on the play by Joseph Hanley. Group tackle by the Witches.
Have to see where they mark this football down. He got right to the 35, and it's enough for a first down.
Hanley coming and showing another depth running back that they have. They all kind of run the same. Very hard, very downhill. The legs don't stop moving, and they're tough to tackle.
Yeah, Hanley saying it's not just Duty and Chadwick at the top. Gingras comes in motion. He gets the hand, trying to get around the corner. Now he cuts it upfield, up the sideline, and dragged down inside the 15
by Henry Gingras.
after a gain of 20. by Gingras.
Tackle by Brewer's
Jet
Brittany
sweep.
Cameron.
They were able to seal the corner and opened up the sideline for Gingras.
Want to look and feel your best at Mainstay Skincare? Dr. Shannon Allen blends medical precision with an artistic touch, helping you achieve natural, lasting results. Visit 12 Schumann Avenue, Suite 7 in Augusta, or online at mainstayskincare.com. 1st and 10 from the 15. Another give to the sweeper. This time the Tigers running it near side and spun down at the 10.
Carry by Joseph Hanley. Brought down on the play by Brandon Rivera.
I think that was actually Benjamin Dillingham, a new ball carrier for the Tigers, number 5.
Yeah, I think you're right.
2nd and 5 from the 10 for the Tigers. If they score on this drive, it sends us into running time for the remainder of this 4th quarter, unless Brewer can work it back within 35 points. Medor flanked by Hanley. Dillingham split out to the left. He's looking to throw. Going down towards the goal line. Pass is caught, trying to back his way into the end zone and reach it out. And I don't believe he got there. It's a pickup of
You get a first down. So
9.5.
Pass complete. From Medor to Chase McGrain.
Pickup of 9. 5th catch of the night for McGrain. 1st and goal on the 1. Tigers sticking with the shotgun formation here. 3rd and goal from the 1. They give it to Hanley. Hanley trying to power his way in, and it looked like the Witches stopped him short. That they did. Knee down at the 1.
2nd down.
9.5 minutes remaining here at Doyle Field and Brewer. Tigers break the huddle again. It's Hanley by Medor in the backfield. Snap to Medor. He's looking to throw, and this one sails over the head and behind its intended target. So the Witches with a couple of stops on the doorstep. Now in need of 2 more.
Yeah, just trying to run a quick slant or a pop slant.
That was the first incompletion thrown by Medor in the 2nd half. Only the 2nd one that he's thrown tonight. The first one was an interception. Couple of touchdowns as well through the air for the sophomore QB. Here comes 3rd and goal for the Tigers. Calls a man in motion. They give it to him, trying to get around the edge and in, and Brewer able to make the tackle in the backfield. It looked like a short loss there on the carry by Dillingham.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they haven't gone to their under center straight T here. But you get 2nd or 3rd string guys in here, maybe not as familiar with that goal line offense.
So it was a loss of 1 on the carry by Dillingham. Sets up 4th and goal on the 2.
They just swapped out 5 guys for 5 guys here, so.
Duty's back in there now. You see number 10 standing there in the huddle.
I would imagine they're going to have to take a timeout here.
Yeah, this is taking quite a bit of time. Appears to be some confusion as to what the Tigers are trying to accomplish here. They're not in any rush as they break to the line, and now that timeout comes in from the far sideline. 8:03 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Gardiner on top 32-0, and they are 2 yards away from another touchdown. Out behind us in the parking lot, we have a couple of cars battling their horns. Not just one. I see a couple of sets of blink. All right, one has been dealt with. One's been turned off. We still have one blinking set of headlights out there.
There has been a wallet found. It appears to be a child's wallet. Please see Mrs. Gagan at the concession stand. A wallet found. It appears to be a child's wallet. Please meet Mrs. Gagan at the concession stand.
8 minutes remaining here in Brewer. 8 minutes and 3 seconds to be exact on Ticket TV, where coverage is brought to you in part by Maniac and Sniff and Snack. Burgers for you, biscuits for Bowser, Maniac Snack Shack, and Sniff and Snack, because best friends snack together. Find both in Levant and on Facebook. Tasty treats for humans and hounds. Tigers back out there on the field for this 4th and goal attempt from the 2-yard line. Bringing in the big backfield. And it looks to be both Chadwick and Duty back there. Duty will get the hand. He gets swallowed up, but keeps the legs churning, trying to push his way in. Chadwick with a push to help. I don't believe he got there. The Witches come out of the pack with the ball, and it's a goal line stand for Brewer inside the final 8 minutes of this game. So down by 32, but no quit down there from the Witches, keeping the Tigers out.
Yeah, great goal line stand by the Witches. Gang tackle on everything they had. They pursued with the ball and didn't give up an inch.
Duty unable to gain an inch on his 11th carry of the evening. The incessant honking is stopped here at Doyle Field. That's nice. Can hear myself think again.
Battery died.
That could be it. Was going for a while out there.
Someone's going to be unhappy.
Brewer taking over. This is the second time tonight they've been backed up. They had to start a possession at the end of the first half on their one, trying to stick the ball across the goal line here to avoid a safety. And Jackson Bragg-Willett is just able to extend the ball over the goal line as you take another look. He was met in the backfield there by big number 74, Elliott Caldwell. And we got a timeout here on the field with 7:34 remaining. Loss of 1 on the play.
Timeout, Witches.
Brewer will call a timeout after watching near disaster on that last one. We'll take a timeout with the action at a break back here on Ticket TV in just a moment.
Harvey RV and Marine in Glenburn is turning 2025 holdover season into their biggest RV savings event of the year. Shop luxury motorhomes, fifth wheels, campers, and compact travel trailers, all with can't-miss discounts and pricing. Or you can shop their huge selection of pre-owned RVs for even more savings. Plus, trade-ins are always welcome. Couples, families, and adventure lovers, this is your chance to downsize or upgrade and live the RV lifestyle at Harvey RV and Marine, just 6 minutes past Tractor Supply, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
Back here in Brewer, ahead of this 2nd down and 10 play. Ball spotted on the 1-yard line for the Witches, just able to get out of the end zone on 1st down to avoid the safety. Wall takes the snap and gives to Bragg-Willett. A big hole here to run through, and Bragg-Willett out across the 10-yard line.
Stopped by Colin McCormick.
Well, whatever message head coach Fred Lauer wanted the Witches to receive there, they did during the timeout. Things working out a little better on that play than the one before. A 10-yard scamper for Bragg-Willett, his longest run of the night.
Yeah, just better execution on Brewer on that play. It was the same play as they ran before. They just happened to get a body on a defensive player so they could block.
1st down and 10 from the 13. This one gets blown up in the backfield, and no escape this time for Bragg-Willett.
Bragg-Willett on the carry. Tackle by number 54, Riley King.
Reich and King exploding into the face of Bragg Willett in the backfield there to drop him for a loss. Officially no gain on the play. Sets up 2nd and 10. Wall looks to throw. Wanted to go over the middle. It wasn't there. Rolls to his right and a little dump-off throw to Bragg Willett.
Pass complete.
Tackled
Eli
shy
Wall
of the 20.
Bragg Willett. Tackle on the play by Carson Moore.
Short gain of 4 makes it 3rd and 6 from the 17. Brewer breaking the huddle with 5.5 minutes remaining. Wall and Bragg Willett in the backfield. 2 receivers split wide on either side of the formation. Wall looking to throw. He's got pressure in his face, rolling out to his right, and now zipping one along the sidelines where the catch is made by Brody Muncie.
Eli Wall to Brody Muncie. Pushed out of bounds by number 18, Evan Whalen.
Nice job by Wall continuing to stretch out and staying patient, looking down the field instead of just taking off and running because he wasn't going to get very far. And Muncie did a great job continuing to work in the same direction with Wall so he could get open and deliver a strike there just on the sidelines.
Muncie, 6 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown entering play here tonight. He's had a nice game on both sides of the ball, though.
Yeah, he plays aggressive, and it's important when you're a football player to play that way.
1st and 10 from the 30. Clock frozen at 5:14. Now back underway and running as Bragg Willett gets the hand and gets dragged down at the line of scrimmage.
Tackled on the play by Reckon King.
And Bragg Willett limping a bit after that tackle. It looked a little awkward there. You see he's wearing the leg sleeve on his left leg, which is the one he injured in the first half. And it looked like there he kind of got himself.
Got rolled up.
Yeah, rolled up on, tucked
like
underneath the tackler. 2nd down and 10 from the 30. Wall to throw, brings down the high snap, throwing, and over the outstretched arm of Muncie.
For Brody Muncie. Ball's incomplete.
Senior receiver was open in a little pocket of space there, but Wall unable to hit him.
Brewer has that look on the other side if they want to go that way. To the field side, the corners are playing tight, and they're able to get an outside release and get open on it looks like a long, deep pass, but it'd be like a 15-yard route.
Yeah, you could see Grady Cameron kind of in the back of that replay on the other side of the field, just up the seam with no one around him.
And what's causing that is the safety was playing the inside, over the top of the inside receiver. He's got coverage basically to the sideline, so he's got to hang in there first. And
4.5 remaining ahead of this 3rd and 18, and the Witches trying to get out of the backfield. Gardiner swallowing them up behind the line of scrimmage. Grady Cameron.
Brought down by Damian Papa.
That almost could have been one where you pulled it and Wall could have kept it and ran. Gardiner got in there so quickly.
Damian Papa, Jr. in the backfield, and Brewer will punt it away with 4 minutes remaining. Just getting the kick away are the Witches, fielded around the 42, and a short return across the 45. Short return by Kynan Jarrow, freshman quarterback DB.
Tackle on the play by Jacoby Freeman.
From Friday night lights to the roar of the soccer crowd, Sweet Frog is your go-to game day treat. Stop by 878 Sweet Bee, Stillwater Avenue in Bangor, and pile on the fun with froyo and ice cream and all your favorite toppings. Sweet Frog, where sports and sweets always win. Our coverage also brought to you by Union Street Towing. For over 40 years, they've been serving the greater Bangor area. They feature tow trucks, flatbed towing, recovery services, and roadside services like lockouts and jump starts. Fully licensed and insured, call Union Street Towing at 942-4200. And if you've got a craving, Sweet Cheeks Bakery has you covered, open 24 hours a day in Holden, Verona Island, Ellsworth, and their newest location in Newport, plus coming soon to Bucksport. From cookies to cupcakes, pies to pastries, your favorites are always ready. Visit sweetcheeksbakes.com or find them on Facebook. An update from Fenway Park, where the Tigers still leading the Red Sox 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 out, a runner on first base, and Cedon Rafaela at the dish. And Cedon, putting one off the very top of the monster. He missed tying up the game by a foot. Instead, it's runners at second and third now with 1 down in the 7th. Red Sox, it is of the utmost importance to either win tonight or tomorrow because they have the expected Cy Young and Tarek Skubal on the mound on Sunday at Fenway Park. If the Red Sox drop all 3 this weekend and the Astros win all 3 this weekend, the Red Sox are on the outside looking in come October baseball next week. New players into the game here for the Tigers as a handoff up the middle goes for a short gain.
Carry on the play by Carson Moore. Tackled by Carter Smith.
Carson Moore, the new ball carrier in there, number 36 for the Tigers. Looks like Isaac Marquis handling quarterback duties here at the end. A junior for the Tigers. He'll keep it himself. Heading right side around the edge. And the game of about 6 before he got stuck by Charette. Bucksport Hannaford is proud to support their local student athletes this fall. Proud to cheer on their community's teams and help make their seasons a success. Hannaford proud to be part of the community. 3rd down and 4 for the Gardiner Tigers. Ball just over midfield on the 48-yard line. A throw here from the lefty.
Yeah.
Marquis completes it, and I think it'll be just short of the sticks on the swing pass. Carson Moore on the receiving end of things. Take another look at that little touch pass over the top. It'll be 4th down and about 1 with the ball spotted at the 45 here. And 1 minute and 45 seconds and counting remaining here in Brewer. Gardiner Tigers will advance to 4-0 atop Class C. Brewer Witches will suffer their 2nd straight defeat after a pair of road victories to open the year. A couple of home losses for the Witches to even the record at 2-2. Run up the gut, and Brewer saying they didn't get there. The referee along the far sideline is also looking like they didn't get there. And it appears to be a 4th down stop by the Brewer Witches. It is. And Brewer takes back over with 1 minute 12 remaining on their own 45.
A good stop by Brewer. Hold them to less than a yard. Get the ball back and see if they can score. Get points on the board in this final minute.
Over and downs. 1st and 10.
Nathaniel Lowe sack fly for the Red Sox to bring them within a run. 3-2. Abreu at the dish in the tying run on second base.
I watch a lot of Red Sox. I've watched a little more this year than the past. And I've yet to see Lowe actually touch the ball. Lowell touch the ball.
Yeah.
With the bat. He strikes out every time I watch him.
Got a sack fly there, so pick up a ribby. Try to get the Sox within a run. Into the inning there at Fenway, though, as Abreu couldn't come through. Meanwhile, Brewer, hard running here up the middle, refusing to quit. And look at that first down effort. As Carter Smith fighting his way out to the Gardiner 45-yard line.
Looks like Marshawn Lynch.
That's one that'll stick in the minds of the coaching staff at the end of a game. Putting that kind of effort on display here in the final minute of a blowout loss. Is your car still living in the 90s? Upgrade to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with Mainly Audio. 191 Beachland Road in Ellsworth. Call 667-9777. Shotgun formation for the Witches, looking to air it out here with 30 seconds remaining over the middle, and a snag made by Muncy.
Pass complete.
Tackled
To Brody Muncy.
down to the 25-yard line.
Tackle on the play.
I tell you, Muncy's got great hands. He's made a bunch of snags with just his hands here in this game so far, and in traffic too.
That was a soft catch as we take another look at it. Pickup of 20 on that play. The Witches trying to get another one off here with 15 seconds remaining. See if they can get a look at the end zone before the final whistle.
Got to look left.
Wall rolls to his right. Airing out down the sideline where the catch is made, cutting it back inside and tackled at the 10.
Pass complete from Eli Wall.
And that's the final play of the game. Zeros on the clock. Grady Cameron tackled at the 10, and Gardiner will leave Brewer with a 32-0 shutout victory over the Brewer Witches. Gardiner now 4-0 on the season. They open the year with a 31-0 win against Oceanside. 32-zip tonight in Brewer for their 4th of the year. Don't go anywhere. The postgame show is coming your way up next on Ticket TV.
Your local family-owned McDonald's on Wilson Street in Brewer, Union Street and Main Street in Bangor are currently hiring new team members. Schedules that fit your life with full-time, part-time, and flexible schedules that adjust with your needs. Pair individualized schedules with tuition assistance to further your education. It's a great, future-focused combination. Apply today at jobs.mchire.com. Search for your locally owned McDonald's on Wilson Street, Union Street, and Main Street. Explore your future at jobs.mchire.com.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you. And with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities. And right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
Fall into savings at the Furniture Gallery. Curl up with a leather reclining sofa for just $8.98. Hosting for the holidays, save up to 20% on dining furniture. Get the guest room ready with 10% off bedroom furniture and sofa sleepers from $6.25. Fall in love with your home this season with the help of the Furniture Gallery. Don't miss out on 18-month special financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, and North Windham.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a Deere. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Now open, Darling's Ford Commercial Vehicle Center, 80 Haskell Road in Bangor. Servicing almost all makes and models of medium and heavy-duty trucks and RVs, from half-tons to vehicles weighing up to 75,000 pounds. Our factory-trained technicians and dedicated service bays are here to keep your wheels on the road. Schedule service now at darlingsford.com. Call 992-1691 or stop in today. You'll do better at Darling's.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your appointment now at deansdetailing.com.
He can't catch a football, but he can fetch you a home. Catch Luke at Next Home Experience.
Back here at Doyle Field in Brewer, where the Gardiner Tigers are victorious over the Witches on homecoming night for Brewer, 32-0 on Ticket TV. The Tigers now 4-0 on the season. Brewer falls to 2-2 with the loss. We welcome you into the McDonald's postgame show. Extra value meals are officially back, with McDonald's making the bold move to put value back on the menu so you can save when you make your favorites a meal. Whether you love the Big Mac, crave the Quarter Pounder with cheese, or can't get enough McNuggets, there's a value meal for you. Stop by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, as well as Wilson Street and Brewer, to find offers you won't want to miss. Gardiner victorious in this one by the 32-0 scoreline. Let's start off this post-game show with a look at our play of the game, and we go back to the start of the second half here, Chris, for the quirk play of the game, and that would be a short touchdown plunge for the Gardiner Tigers, and Owen Chadwick, he scored from a yard out at the start of this second half. Maybe. I promise you. It's in there somewhere. But Owen Chadwick, a big night for him. And the Gardiner Tigers offense, he carried the ball 7 times for 70 yards and 3 touchdowns, scoring from 4 yards out, 41 yards out. And it looked like right there from a yard, but the computer may or may not want to show you. Here it is, that third score of the game for Chadwick, giving him the hat trick effort tonight in Brewer. He came into the game 250 yards on the ground and 4 touchdowns. So, again, my very unofficial count here tonight, he exits Brewer with 320 rushing yards and 5 scores for the season. From our play of the game, we go now to our player of the game, and that's going to go to the other back tonight for the Gardiner Tigers. That would be Mr. Duty. All he did tonight was carry the ball 14 times for 113 yards. Justin Duty, sophomore running back, just part of that backfield attack for the Tigers.
Yeah, a lot of depth at their skill positions, especially their running backs. And they can get out and they can get inside the tackle box and they can run hard. They get outside on sweeps, and then they include their receivers in that same program. And, you know, when you're working on all cylinders like that, you're a tough offense to stop.
Now let's take a look at what's coming up the rest of the week at 92.9 The Ticket on the airwaves of Maine Sports Leader. I say the rest of the week. It's the weekend. Red Sox and Tigers heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. Garrett Whitlock shut down Detroit, 3-2 Detroit at Fenway. They play tomorrow at 4:10 with the first pitch. 3:10 is when the pregame begins. And on Sunday, game number 162 is a 3:05 first pitch. We sandwich that in between Vikings and Steelers in the morning from Dublin, Ireland, and Sunday Night Football between the Packers and the Cowboys from Jerry's World. All right, coming up the rest of, well, actually into next week, I should say, beginning next week on Ticket TV. This is how things look with back-to-back trips to Victory Field in Old Town. Girls soccer between the Coyotes and the Presque Isle Wildcats on Tuesday. Boys soccer between those two on Wednesday. And, Chris, there's that mysterious purple logo against Bangor coming to town for some boys soccer on Thursday.
I'd have to say Waterville, but maybe it's Mountain Blue. It's not the right color.
We'll know by next week on
That's
Ticket
right.
TV. That we will for certain. One thing left to do tonight from Doyle Field, and that is give credit to our crew around the grounds. Sydney Hurst and Marcus Caesar, our camera crew. Max Bottle whipping up the graphics before heading off to Herman to direct and produce that game. So we had Matthew Cunha with us here in Brewer. Kim Mitchell, the assistant director, running the scoreboard as well. And Chris Hoare getting an extra S there tonight.
That's all right. That's all right. I didn't notice that, yeah. Hey, it was good to be back doing football. It's a little more natural to me than soccer, but I enjoy the soccer as well.
There we go. I'm Mark Paulette signing off from this one. The Gardiner Tigers victorious over the Brewer Witches tonight at Doyle Field. 32-0 the final score. Gardiner now 4-0 on the season. Brewer 2-2. This has been high school football on Ticket TV.
High School Sports on Ticket TV is presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor and Ellsworth. Nothing runs like a deer. Darling's Auto Group. You'll do better at Darling's. Visit darlings.com. Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned Maine company with locations in Bangor, Augusta, and North Windham. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, the place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment and office furniture. Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing since 1971. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And Northeast Driving School, Greater Bangor's #1 driving school for 56 years. Eastern Maine Community College. One college, many possibilities. Visit emcc.edu. High School Sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by Maine Trailer, Dairy Queen in Old Town and Bangor, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, Acadia Federal Credit Union, Flash Me Maine Photo Booth Rentals, Autumn of Life Home Care, Black Fly Coffee, Angelo's Pizzeria, Hartford's Auto Service, UMaine Online, Old Town Redemption Center, the Coach House Restaurant, UMaine Athletics, Bennett Auto Center, Tiller and Rye, Orno and Callis IGA, The Growing Place, Bangor Tire Company, Pat's Pizza in Hamden, Union Street Laundromat and Dry Cleaning, Danforth's Down Home Supermarkets, AM Construction and Roofing, Doors Equipment Company, Hillside Athletics, The Fitch Company, Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales, Tim's Plumbing, The Farmer's Table, Knowlton Automotive, American Made Home Goods, Back Alley Bar and Grill, RT Electrical, Auto Radiator Services, Mainstay Skincare, Bucksport Hannaford, Mainly Audio, Maniac Snack Shack and Snip and Snack, Sweet Frog, Union Street Towing, Sweet Cheeks Bakery, Creative Options LLC, Brewer Federal Credit Union, Down East Toyota, Husson University, Harvey RV, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, Thomas College, First National Bank, Napa Auto Parts, and Hammond Lumber Company. High School Sports on Ticket TV is a production of Sportsnet Maine and Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket.